All righty. So here we are once again. Thank you for joining me, LaTanya right here, your entrepreneurship educator, mentor, and coach. I won't introduce myself. We're getting to learn a lot about each other, but I'm very, very excited about who's joining us today. One of my good friends who is a fellow rattler, a personal stylist, an innovator, and a superhero maker, as she says, kind of says on her website. But Miss Jada Willis, how are you this afternoon where you are?
You know what, we can say evening. It's about 6 p.m. here.
Okay.
But, I am fantastic, honored to be with you tonight, honored to be able to share a little piece of what I'm doing. And hello, listeners. Thank you for having me.
Yay. Thank you for I'm glad we finally were able to connect. I know we were talking before I pressed record about mom life and everything it takes to be a superhero and how we finally got here, I think 2 weeks in the making. So thanks for that.
Oh, absolutely. We were talking about flexibility, and if I didn't become flexible after momhood, like nothing would get done.
Right.
I just had to really, as we talked about, let go and let God, because kids make you flexible.
Yes.
Whether you want to be or not.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. So, well, as you are probably seeing more and more, Jada, these statistics about the number of African-American women and women of color that are starting businesses and everything like that. And in the position that I've been in as a small business analyst, as an entrepreneur, and then especially in the classroom and looking at this next generation of entrepreneurs, I know that a lot of times what holds us back is the fear of getting started. And when I looked at, because I think I was on my way out of SAM when you were just getting settled, getting your legs under you and everything. But I look at the students today, and I really struggle. I had really struggled with why were we so different. I came from a single-parent household, lived just a little bit above the poverty line, was one of the first in my family to come to college. But I think when I really broke it down, what separates you and I from the students of today is the exposure that we had through our internships. And I know that really kind of helped build the confidence, which we know fear and confidence can't exist in the same space. So I'm glad that we're here together, that we have this time a little bit to talk about your journey and becoming and being an entrepreneur, and of course being fearless in that in your own way. So tell us about what it is that you do and how you got there.
Okay, so I am a personal stylist. There are lots of different types of stylists. Fashion stylists you see normally, they're putting together those 6-7 page beautiful fashion ads and what have you. But I like to work with kind of everyday women. I don't style celebrities. My niche is probably the professional woman who has some discretionary income, because what I do, let's face it, is kind of a luxury service, and working with people who have had lifestyle changes. And I specialize in doing wardrobe audits, which means I come in and help you clean your closet out and help you understand what it's lacking and what it needs. And, again, along with that, there's Gizmore Personal Styling, where I help women who want to change into the kind of that new look. We start putting together those new looks. And then I've also started to dabble in custom suiting, which I'm very, very excited about. Yeah, but I tell people all the time that I style superheroes, kind of going back to my ideal client, because the women that I have tended to style have these incredible stories. And they're stories of triumph and, failures and successes and heartbreaks. and these major life changes, and something within them clicks that says, I need to be a new me. And so you sit there and you listen to all these stories, and I'm just thinking, wow, I'm a part of her story now. And what she's gone through, wow, can I have gone through that? And for her to be at the other end of it, like, it's incredible. So I just call all these women superheroes. So I know you said that I'm a superhero maker, but I'm going to say more of a superhero highlighter. I'll be that.
Okay.
I guess when I think about the things that, like fears I had to overcome in getting into this, the biggest thing is, and I can't say that I've got the answer, but now I realize what it is, and that is that fear of being an imposter. So there are many times as I'm doing my thing, like I haven't like looked back to say, oh, I've done this and I've accomplished this. It's just like, I don't know if I can do that. And so if you almost think of a person being almost in double Dutch mode, you know how you're getting ready to jump in, but you got that kind of back and forth motion. I feel like that's me from time to time when I'm getting ready to make a big leap to the next level. So I found out that it's actually a thing. It's actually called imposter syndrome. But I realized what it is, and once I get there, I'm like, okay, let's look back at all the things that we've accomplished, and you can overcome this fear of doing a new thing, and it normally works out.
Right, absolutely. That's really cool. So, I mean, in all the time that we've known each other, you've always been the flyest thing that's ever crossed my path. But how did you
are
know,
so sweet, because I feel like I've struggled. Yes, I'm a stylist, but there were times I was like, you know, that could have been done better. Because I really didn't get here until after college. So the fact that you say that makes me feel really good. Thanks, sis.
No, and I mean it. I really do. But, you know, like you said, you didn't get here because there's always this destination, right? We're always like, have I made it? But when did you first decide to start the journey to become a professional stylist? Or when did you, I think on your website you said you decided to play in people's closets for a living.
Yes.
What was that moment?
Well, it's crazy because, you know, going to FAMU, being in the School of Business and Industry program, like we were very much set on a path for corporate America. So as I was doing an internship in LA, I was trying to figure out what my next move is, and something clicked at me, maybe while being on the beach with a fashion magazine, I don't know. Said, you know what, I would really like to do fashion. I don't know how I get into it. I don't know, because I'm, you know, too late to go to design school or anything like that. That's not really my thing, but I'd love to get into it. Thought about it, went back, graduated, got in corporate America, and there was still something in me pulling about being in fashion. It just so happened I had a set of friends who were always trading clothes out of each other's closets. And we were just sitting around, and I said, you know what, well, let's just kind of make a thing of it. Let's make an event, have some, you know, bring me all of your clothes that, you know, you're not wearing anymore, because all these ladies were fly and slightly shopaholic. And I said, I'll set my little clubhouse up as a boutique. You can come back, and then we can shop each other's closets without bringing bags of stuff like, oh, girl, what you got? Oh, girl, what you got? So it actually got such a good reception from my group of friends that I kind of opened it up and did more with it, and actually made it an event, and then soon an organization where we had a clothing exchange party that benefited other charities locally, and sometimes even individual families. So it was an awesome thing. And then people were like, well, you should really be getting paid for this. And I think you had even given me some words of wisdom around that time as well. And I said, you know, I really like just giving back. But after a while, and being in women's closets long enough and helping them understand, you don't need this. Why do you still have this and you haven't worn it in forever? And you know what would really pull this together if you had this, 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 and this, I started to realize what I was doing was actually styling, and people were getting paid for it. So that's really kind of how I jumped into it.
I love it. I love it. And the thing about the Fearless Women series and the people that I'm reaching out to highlight are some of the auxiliary, for lack of a better term, but some of those wraparound services that women of color, especially entrepreneurial women of color, that we need. Sometimes we have no idea even exists. And when we understand that, hey, I need that in my life to get to the next level, be it, emotionally or spiritually, and certainly from the way that we are presenting ourselves to the world. But the other part of that is being able to circulate, the black dollar. So,
right.
So
Absolutely.
I've talked with my publisher. I've had her on. I'll be talking with an accounting and branding experts and things of that nature, because there are, just geniuses out here that I want more people to know about, because I know, the imposter syndrome, very real. But we always, I know personally, like I struggle with this today, just feel invisible. Like,
it is a serious thing. And then when I learned there was a term for it, I was like, there was a little bit of a sigh of relief, because I know I'm not the only one. But, yeah, no, it's extremely real. That's why I tell people I do not have the answer on how to overcome this, but I recognize it for what it is.
Absolutely. And then just the other part of it is I want to shine more light on these different types of businesses that we are starting, that women of color are leading. And nothing against what I call lifestyle businesses. Now, these are different lifestyle businesses than what you'll hear like Tim Ferriss and Mark Zuckerberg and them talk about, because a lifestyle business for a white man in the technology space is the type of business where, he can run the business from the beach, right?
Right.
Typically in communities of color, lifestyle businesses are your event planners, your barbers, your stylists, like literally the people who help you build these lives. So I really want to demonstrate this segment of entrepreneurship that we don't get a lot of exposure for. So thank you, and I really, really mean that. Thank you for what you're doing and for being here with me.
Oh my gosh, it's really a pleasure and an honor. And like I said, I think to your point, more people just don't know what they don't know, and that this is a service that can help propel them to whatever their next level is. And I'm excited to kind of be in this space. And in Las Vegas, as crazy as it sounds, we really just don't have enough personal stylists, and definitely not enough of color. So I'm in a very special spot. A very special spot, and I'm really enjoying it. But the more people in general who know that I don't have to be a celebrity in order to have someone help me with my wardrobe and help me create the looks and the feeling that I want to get from day to day, and help me look my best every day. It's, I want to be able to help them with that, and I'm excited to help them with that and bring that to life. So
I love that, because that's actually a great segue to my next question about the evaluation section of the Becoming Fearless model. So in your professional evaluation, like, how should someone gauge whether or not it's time for them to have a personal stylist, whether or not it's time for them to reach out to somebody like you?
That's a really great question. And I would say one of the first things is, if you step in your closet and you feel anxious, you feel depressed, you want to cry because either you hate what you see or you just can't seem to get it together, nothing fits right. So I would say that would be one of the first things. One of those things, when I tell people that, and it really is because we have a bunch of, you heard the saying that, I have nothing to wear. And men will look in our closets and be like, I don't understand how you're taking up the entire closet and you say you have nothing to wear. My mother has 4 closets of clothes and will come to me and tell me that she has nothing to wear for a specific event. Well, what it is that, unfortunately, many of us become impulse buyers, or we're not outfit focused. And that's what makes us cry or get anxious while we're standing in the closet. So I help, a personal stylist can help you with that and help eliminate that feeling in the morning. The next thing is if you need your appearance to be more in line with your career or your lifestyle goals. So if you're ready to take that corporate job or that salary job, or you're ready to take that promotion, and you know that in order to really fit in with the group of people you'll be meeting or the group of people you'll be working with, you need to step it up. You might need a personal stylist to help you definitely get into that and make sure that you're buying the right things. It's one thing to buy clothes, but you got to buy the right pieces, because you'll find out that maybe you don't need as much as you thought you needed, right?
Right.
Or let's just say you've decided that you are going to take on a new hobby, like I don't know if to call it a hobby, but exercising, and you're going to do you're going to be working out more, you're going to be doing group exercises, and you want to look your best while you do it, but your closet doesn't lend itself to that. You want to put the right things in there, because it's going to motivate you to work out more, and you'll look good whenever you're with your people, and it's the feeling that keeps on ticking there. I even needed to do this with myself. Like, once I got to be a stylist, like, I had to do my own evaluation of what I was wearing, because I love a good pair of comfy sweats. And I said, you know what, even my lounge wear for those unexpected moments when I have to run out of the house should look good. Doesn't mean I'm going to be dressed to the nines, but I might be at the 8.5, you know?
Okay.
And then finally, if you had a major lifestyle change and you're still living in the same clothes. So let's just say you have lost a lot of weight, or maybe you've gained a little weight, and your clothes aren't fitting as they should, but you don't know how to get started. You should probably call a stylist and have a stylist help you. If you've had, if you are changing, parts of the country, and now you're going to be spending a lot of time back east, and, your Southwest clothes aren't quite cutting it, you might want to hire a stylist in order to help you make sure you have the right things that are not only going to make you look good, but keep you warm, and vice versa. So if you struggled with how to get started with any of those situations, then I would think that you could definitely benefit from talking to a stylist and seeing how they can help you get in that direction.
Okay. And I actually, just kind of based on what you shared, I want to skip around a little bit and talk about leverage. So from all of the different facets or personas of the type of people that should be getting in touch with someone like you, and, I'm in Florida, you're in Vegas, how are you creating the type of leverage in your business that would allow you to have a clientele that's not just local?
I think part of that is using some technology. And like I said, Skype, and we'll talk a little bit about that later. Skype is actually amazing in helping me help people who need my services, who obviously are a drive away from me. And just being able to see their look, kind of gauge their measurements, or at least their body type, I can help them understand, look, this is what you need to be shopping for. This is what you need to do. And people really, really love that. And I don't have to get in my car and go anywhere. I don't have to do, the personal shopping per se. I can just help them via Skype, which is awesome. I think another thing that helps me connect with more women is a designer. I represent, since I've been doing this, I've been representing a designer out of LA called Cabby Clothing. And this particular line allows me to help women become outfit focused. And instead of having to go a bunch of places to do the shopping, because that, LaTanya, as fun as shopping sounds when you're shopping for other people, it gets labor intensive because you've got to get the right things to make your client happy and make them make sure that this is worth their time. And so this particular line, which is casual, ready to wear, all the way up to professional wear, makes it easy for me to present to women. Like I did a couple of trunk shows in Philly, and presented to a number of people at one time who may not have found me otherwise. But someone out there knew about Cabby, knew that I was doing trunk shows. So I've been to Florida and I've been to Pennsylvania to do a couple of shows, and I'll probably be going to California to do a few. So I've been able to kind of create more clients that way without having to do some of the labor-intensive things that I would do with a one-on-one client here in Las Vegas.
Gotcha.
And then I guess finally, like, I don't know why I never thought of this before, but just recently I've been working with a virtual assistant. And my best friend, but I didn't realize how much it would help small businesses until I actually used her. So as you know, one of the biggest expenses is payroll. And when you are a small business owner, sometimes, you don't have time for that. You don't have money for that.
You ain't got it. Right.
You ain't got it. Like, I just ain't got it, boss. But having a virtual assistant has been awesome because I can give projects to her, and she takes care of them. A lot of them are admin things that I just don't have enough hours in the day to take care of, but need to get done, and she can help me, like, whip it into shape. And so she has been awesome. Her name is Crystal Allen Harrahill, and she's with Virtual Partners here in Las Vegas. And I know she does some things. I know your listeners are kind of all over the country, but I know she does some things all over the country. But ladies, if you have not looked into getting a virtual assistant, you have gentlemen listeners too?
Hopefully.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not looked into getting a virtual assistant to help you without taking on that extra payroll of having a full-time assistant, please look into it. It is a godsend.
I love it. I'm actually on her website now, so once we get the recording out there, people will be able to just visit her site. And I see that I think she had links for Instagram, so Instagram and Facebook. So great. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so to kind of get back on track, because I don't want to take up all your time this evening.
That would be me taking up your time, because we can talk for hours.
Right. And I was just about to say, I'm sure Maurice is counting the minutes because it's him and Sparrow tonight. But based on, what's important to you about why women should be impressed with what they see in the mirror, what should people be doing in the next 30, 60, or 90 days to start feeling that way? Because it plays such a huge role on how successful we are, like when we manifest the mindset. So what should we be doing?
This is a whole conversation that I actually gave to a group of business women maybe about a month ago, and there are some serious benefits to making sure that your style and your look align with your brand and just your lifestyle. But more so for anyone that really wants to change things around for their personal appearance, I would say understand what it is you want to achieve with your look. Like, what is it about your look that you really feel needs to be upgraded? What's not doing it for you? And with that, I would say, look, give yourself some love. To me, after I had my twins, I had my little reminder, my little stomach reminder of them. But you know what? I've learned to love everything about me. I have gotten myself to a place where I've lost my baby weight, and I love that too. But everything about me, my flaws and all, I love. And once I got to that place, it made it easier for me to be like, all right, well, I'm going to put this on, and I still look bad.
Right.
But remember, you're beautiful, you're unique, and you're great. So you have a right to be fabulous. And once you get yourself in that mindset, it makes everything else super easy. So you can, again, along with understanding the look you want to achieve, I would say have fun finding looks of women whose style you admire. So find some style icons with your body type. See what they're wearing, what they're doing, what's making them look, fantastic. And then start with that to try to emulate what it is that you want to achieve.
Okay.
The next thing I would say within, 60 days, you could totally do this faster than that, but clean out your closet. Clean out your closet. After you get a real hard look at, what it is you want to achieve, if your closet is not meeting those goals, donate those clothes that you, aren't going to wear anymore. Sometimes you got to throw them out in the trash because they're just no good for anybody. Or if they're pieces, hello, those holy sweats we love to wear during Netflix and chill night, sometimes they've got to go. Or mend, those things that, I just need to get those hemmed. Oh, I just need to get that button. So go and do it. Yeah. Wear what's in your closet. And then I would say you should hire a stylist or use a friend to help you know what to keep and what to toss when you're in that process of post-cleaning it out. And then in 90 days, I would say fill your closet with the right pieces to create your uniform and your look. It actually gets me excited to say that, I am creating my own uniform. Like when you see Janelle Monáe, she's in black and white. When you see her in other colors, you're like, oh, okay. Not that it doesn't look good, but just she stepped out of her uniform. We're used to seeing her in black and white, and she owns it. She loves it. She rocks it. So work on what's going to be your uniform. Okay. And so you may find after going through your closet, you don't need an entire new wardrobe. You just need pieces to pull them all together. So along with that, I would tell you that you want to build your foundation of your closet with buying quality pieces and making sure they fit really well. So you can buy a pair of black trousers, and they might cost a little bit more than what you would typically pay for them, but if they fit you and you look at yourself, you're like, oh, these pants are banging. I would want these in every color. Right. Get those pants because they're going to be something that you're going to be able to pair back with so many things, and you're going to keep for a long time. And when you have those basic pieces that are well made, you'll start to see how easy it is to get dressed in the morning. And then that would probably be my kind of, skeleton outline for anybody trying to get it together. And just remember that a stylist can help you in all of these steps.
Right. And, the other part of the people that I'm reaching out to interview, it's all stuff that I'm like, okay, I need this in my life. Like, I need to understand this. I need to apply this in my life. So when you were talking about walking into your closet and feeling anxious, I was like, oh, yep, that's me.
Yeah. And what do? We go to that same 20% of our closet where 80% of our closet is not getting used, and we look at it and we try to fiddle around with it, and it still doesn't make us happy. So I try to get ladies to a spot where they're wearing 80% of their closet because, you got that 20% for Usher's Day, Women's Day, when you got to go to your cousin's wedding, all those different things. So you have those pieces that you won't wear all the time, just for special events. But what if, ladies and gentlemen, you loved 80% of your closet? Loved it. Flat out loved it.
Right.
Well, how would that change your life? How would that start your day off?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That totally reinforces in the classroom, I actually require my students to come to class in business casual attire because to get them into the habit of recognizing how differently they feel and how differently they think when they're wearing different types of clothes. So the point that you're making is so valid. Like, it's just been proven more often than not. So thank you for that. I can't wait to have them listen to this.
I told you, that's a whole other conversation.
Right.
You know, I didn't realize going into this how emotionally attached we are to our closet. And maybe it's subconscious, but there is definitely a psychological piece to this whole fashion thing. And, you know, you may think it's just clothes, but once you start getting in women's closets, it's so much more. And what you can do when you feel good in your outfit every day, wow, how it moves the rest of your life and the rest of your day, how it moves your career, how it moves your lifestyle, how you think about your own self. It's incredible. Yeah. So you're spot on with that.
Yeah, cool. Well, you talked about this just a little bit, and I think we talked about it more when I saw you during your visit here to Tallahassee. But what's next for you? What's next for Taylor St. Clair?
Yeah. You know, things have been kind of moving at a really fun and cool, fast pace here. And one of the things is I'm looking to work with an international photography studio to help them style the clients that they have come through this through for sessions. And so I'm really excited about that and being able to do more fashion styling for shoots, because I told you before, I dabble in it. If you go to my Instagram page, you'll see women that I've styled for test shoots and, you know, kind of some modeling shoots. It's not what I do with my clients, but it's fun. And so I'll get to do more of that with this studio. So I'm super excited about that. I'm looking to I will be doing some webinars and some courses to help women get started and looking like the superheroes that they are. And then I'm also working with some local creatives to help elevate the industry here in Las Vegas. So those are kind of the things I got on the horizon. So be on the lookout. I know, LaTanya, you probably have my information on how people can contact me and keep up with me. Just stay on there, see what happens here. Once I cross this whole being fearless and not being afraid to, you know, jump to the next level.
I love it. So this is the point, just like at church, you know, there is always an invitation, right?
Yes.
This is the point where we invite our listeners, people watching or reading, depending on what platform or what medium we're getting to them through. But this is the point where we really want to invite you all to journey with us to becoming fearless. And one thing that's important to know is I am not fearless. I am on a journey to becoming fearless. And I think that can truly be said for a lot of us, because there are stops along the way that will just, you know, if you give it too much thought, it can undo everything that you've accomplished so far on the journey. So, you know, like you said, show yourself some love and give yourself that credit. And a part of that credit is not thinking that the journey is over. So wanted to make sure to put that out there. And to your point, I do have the different ways that people can connect with you. I've had your website up, so TaylorSt.ClairStyle.com, pulled up Instagram and Facebook, so people that are watching the recording, they can actually see it. But I have your, of course, your profile names up here. So now we get to the point of our fearless freebies, and you have something really, really exciting to share. So I'd love for you to have the floor and share what fearless freebie you're going to offer.
Well, because I am so passionate about this, obviously I wouldn't be in business doing it if I didn't, but I really am passionate about helping women. That's really where my heart is. And so I would like to offer to 3 of your most engaged listeners to this particular talk that we've had tonight, a complimentary, free 30-minute session with me over Skype, because I know you have listeners everywhere, a style consultation. And so I want to understand from you what your hang-ups are, where you want to go, what suggestions that I might be able to provide for you in order to get to your goal, what looks you think you might want to try, body fit, body types, and what looks best on it. Like all of your style questions, I want to hang out with you over Skype for about 30 minutes and talk to you about them and help you jumpstart this new change for you.
That is so cool. Thank you so much for that. I really,
oh my gosh,
I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I am over the moon. So thank you again for this opportunity. Like, when you sent this to me, LaTanya, I was like, what is LaTanya afraid of? Because you've just been amazing. Like, since we've been friends in college, like, just watching you do what you do, and you do it from these eyes, do it with such ease and grace and classiness, and humility. I just like, she is fearless. What are you talking about? Well, I'm trying to be her when I grow up. So, but it's fantastic that you're doing this. Thank you. I too am learning a lot, and it's just awesome what you're doing. So thank you.
Thank you. It's so funny that you say that, because one of the freebie that I'm giving away is the first chapter of my book, which is Becoming Fearless. And in context, so most people know that my entrepreneurial journey started with 71 Proof, which is the bartending business. But very few people, and you are among that few, know the story behind that. People can't always connect, my marriage ending to why I got into bartending, besides,
People may speculate, but
right. But I share that part of, it's like the prequel to who I am as an entrepreneur and as an entrepreneurship educator. But I share that in the book because, you don't want to be the person that someone thinks, oh, you don't know my story. Like, you don't know this pain. You don't know this journey. And my students teach me so much. They don't give themselves enough credit. But I say every semester, I'm only as good a teacher as I am a student or as I am a learner. And they teach me that I have to be able to make sure that who I'm talking to and who I'm teaching, I can connect with personally, like on an emotional level.
Right.
And that's what Becoming Fearless allows me to do. So, yeah, that's what that is.
Well, look, let me tell you, I'm excited. I'm trying to get on this freebie, too, because, yes, I've been there for many pieces of the story, but to be able to read through it and just remind myself of the superhero that you are, I'm about that life.
Well, thank you.
Because you are, and your story, when I think of you, I don't think necessarily of the backstory, but who you are shining as today, and just all these, like, I get nuggets from you on a regular basis. I need to just be paying you on GP. Seriously, because you have dropped so many gems for me as an entrepreneur, because also the scary thing, right? Because I have been so groomed for corporate America, and even with my degree, I have areas that I struggle with in this entrepreneurial life.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I shouldn't be struggling with this because I have this degree that says that I can do it. But,
right.
you know, when I look at, when we've had our talks and the amazing pieces that you send over email and your talks, it just, I've just gained so much. So, yeah, I'm excited about becoming fearless, definitely.
Yay. Thank you. So,
I know your listeners are like, dang, she's excited about a lot. Yes, I am.
She's excited about life. And that's what we need to be.
I'm excited about life, absolutely.
But, at the time of this recording, it's homecoming anyway, so what's there not to be excited about?
Right? Go Rattlers. I'm going to leave it at there. Go Rattlers.
Exactly. Okay, so as we come to a close, one of the things that I love to do is just end with, some parting inspirational words, if you have, because there's been a lot already. But if there's anything left that you might want to share, you have the floor, and I love to open the floor for you.
Gosh, I probably said everything that I think I wanted to say. So maybe this is just a reiteration. But look, this life you lead as an entrepreneur is not, and nothing that's worth it is easy. But I encourage you to give yourself grace. Understand that you are great, and you need to give yourself permission to be fabulous. And whatever fabulous means for your life is what it is. In my world, it's the way you step out of your house every morning. And that starts with your look, because your look is driving how you feel. And it's driving how you decide to go about your day. But just understand you are incredible. You are a superhero for being a mother, for being an entrepreneur and having to juggle so many things at once, for being a daughter, for being a sister, for being a friend, and just giving the light and the life that you give to others makes you an incredible person. So you have every right to invest in yourself, okay? Because you deserve it. You deserve it. And so whether it's investing in a new wardrobe, it's investing in something that's going to take your business to the next level, it's investing in some you time, it's okay to make that investment. As a woman entrepreneur, there seems to never be enough hours in the day, and so I always feel like I can't let myself do this because this work has to be done. Right. But understand, nothing will get done if I don't take care of me. And if I'm not the best me, then nothing else falls in place. So that's all I got. Maybe it was a ramble, but maybe you got something out of it, I hope.
I love it.
And,
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, one of the many coaches that I've kind of run through had shared something in one of the courses, and he said that the value that we offer the world is in the transformation that we inspire others to take. So words don't even really express how much you've inspired us today, and I look forward to hearing about all the transformational wardrobing activities that are going to take place, once we get this out. So thank you again, Jada, for everything.
Oh, my gosh. It has been a pleasure. It's always a great time when I get to talk with you. And and your listeners, I look forward to meeting some of you later on. And if I can be of any assistance to you all, you know how to contact me. So thank you for this tonight.
Yay. All righty, well, we will call it a night then.
All right. You know, there's some babies looking for us.
Right.
And maybe some husbands too, right? Some significant others too.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, Jada.
Thank you, LaTanya. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Bye.